an out-and-out entertainment film. It's something that, it's a complete package. When you go out there to buy a ticket, you know that, you're either going to get thrill, or you're going to get, romance, or you're going to get a certain amount of comedy. But this is a film that promises everything. It's a family entertainer, and it's a film that you can sit and watch together, starting from grandfather to grandson. Every generation can sit together and watch it, and it just talks about, it's just a comedy of errors, and at the same time it's very entertaining with emotion also in it.
What is your role in the film?
Well, I play the role of this girl called Meenakshi. Of course, it is a Gujarati girl. It's something that I haven't done before. Also, a little less glamorous than the kind of roles that I've done. But I'm very glad to have been offered this role, and I took it up. And I play this. I'm playing this crazy cousin who also ends up almost playing interpreter in the film, and then how things go right, and then a couple of things go wrong.
You share space with Shahid, Kareena, Priyadarshan's favorite Paresh Rawal, there's Suniel Shetty as well, Sushma Reddy. So how was it like working with them?
Well, it was excellent working with them, and I would be a fool to come out of it and say that I haven't learned anything. I've learned a lot from every individual I worked with on this set, and it's an experience I'm going to take with me. And more than that, it's a great film, which is finally set to release, so I'm looking forward to it.
With so many stars in the film, so don't you think it could prove to be a drawback?
Well, it wouldn't prove to be a drawback. Like you said, there's so many stars, so space and time is equally divided, and shared amongst all of us. So when the film works, it just benefits everyone.
And your comment on the music of the film?
Well, the music of the film is really good. Himesh Reshmiya is doing the music. A man who hasn't gone wrong with his music till now, somebody very talented. And my favorite song of this would be Dil Vich. This is the song that all of us are together and we shot it, and it was one of those celebration songs, and that would be my personal favorite.
Tell us in one line, what do you think is the USP of the film?
The fact that it has everything, it's a package, and it's not one of those things that is only catering to a certain genre of the audience. It's just everyone in the audience, everyone out there who comes to see films talks about being entertained, and it's an out-and-out entertainer, something, one of those foolproof things that don't go wrong, and that's the USP of the film. The fact that it's a very safe film, the fact that it's got good music, a great star cast, and a great director, and great producers to back up the release of the film. So that's what the USP of the film is.
Kareena plays a mute and deaf girl in the film, and you're the cousin, and as you said, you just might prove to be the interpreter.
Yeah.
So did you have to do any preparations for the role?
Well, no, she's not deaf in the film. She's mute. And as far as my role as the interpreter of in the film is concerned, I didn't have to prepare much except prepare my dialogues, because I had lots of dialogues, because I had to do talking for myself and for her. So it was interesting. And as far as Mr. Priyadarshan is concerned, there's very little preparation time. You've got to be ready. You've got to know your lines. You've got to know it all. And then finally, he gives you the final touches. So it was interesting to understand that you're always on your toes, but also very educating for me.
Who do you think you learned the most from in this film?
Well, considering it was predominantly a comedy film, a lot of the chunk of the film was comedy. I would say I learned a lot from Rajpal. I did a couple of scenes with Omji, and I learned a lot from Mr. Om Puri. And of course, Kareena and Shahid were there, and very energetic. Shahid's very energetic. Kareena's very professional. So you get to learn things from them. So it's these little bits you need to take. You've got to get like the best out of everyone, and leave the rest behind.
Is comedy more difficult than other genres?
Well, I wouldn't say it's difficult. I would just say that to bring on screen, it is something that requires a lot of timing and things. But finally, when you do get the timing right, you know instantly whether you're doing it correct or wrong, because you see everyone on the sets, whether they're laughing, and if they respond correctly, your audience will as well. So the scope of getting corrected is absolutely there, which you can do it then and there on the set.
Chup Chup Ke is releasing alongside Fir Hera Feri, which was Priyadarshan's original film as well. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I don't think I've got anything to say for that. I'm just glad that, I just like to say that I'd like to wish them luck as well, along with my producers. There's nothing that I can say. The thing about filmmaking is it's such a science, and, I would say that nobody has the formula. nor do they, nor do we, nor does anybody else. Because if they did have the formula, then every film would be a hit, and it would be sold for a priceless amount. But the fact is that nobody knows which film's going to work, nobody knows which film's not going to work. So it's all about just giving it your best shot, and then there's a lot that you've just got to leave the rest to the God, and most importantly to the audiences.
Your last 3 releases, Tisri Aankh, Garam Masala and Fight Club, showed you in a special appearance.
Yeah.
Why so?
Well, I just think they all came together. There was Tisri Aankh, which I did because of Mr. Harry Baweja, and Garam Masala I thought it was a fine role with a great song, and also I thought it was fine to take it up, and then I got the opportunity to work for Chup Chup Ke. And as far as Fight Club is concerned, so is a very good friend, so I just took it up.
What are your future releases?
Well, I do have a film called Ek Chalis Ki Last Local that's coming up later this year. It's got me and Abhay Deol in the lead, and I have a film called Delhi Heights, which has got me and Jimmy Shergill in the lead. And these are 2 films I'm doing.
Aren't you doing Das Kahaniyan?
Well, as far as Das Kahaniyan is concerned, I'm still speaking, so let's see if I'm going to be a part of it. Apart from that, I'm also speaking to a couple of other filmmakers, some very interesting scripts, so I will keep you posted about everything.
So what do you have in store in 2006? How many releases?
Well, just 2 more. This, Chup Chup Ke, that is 1, and then I have 2 more, so it's all in all 3 releases this year. And I'm looking forward to, all 3 of them are very close to me, and they're very important releases for me, so just like for every other actor. So I'm looking forward to each one of them.
You made a change in appearance from what films you had done before, like Shisha and Julie and all that. Is that a conscious effort?
Well, of course it is a conscious effort, I don't think there's any fun of being an actor if you don't wake up and say, okay, this is what you want to do today and this is what you don't want to do, And this is probably the only profession or the only field that allows you to become a different person every morning at work. So, well, if I don't take advantage of that, I'll be foolish. So, I'm just taking advantage of that and trying to do different things.